My name is Ethan Cole, and if you'd told me a year ago that a single evening would change the way I saw love forever, I would have laughed. Back then, I was the kind of guy who believed in fixing things, relationships, misunderstandings, people. Especially people. I thought that if you loved someone enough, you could hold everything together no matter how many cracks started to show. But sometimes, love isn't about holding on. It's about knowing when to let go, and when to stop reacting to the games someone plays to test your worth. My ex-girlfriend, Jenna, and I had been together for 3 years. She was beautiful, ambitious, the kind of woman who could walk into a room and make everyone pay attention without saying a word. I loved her for that confidence, though sometimes it came with a sharp edge. In the last few months of our relationship, things started to shift. Texts went unanswered, plans got cancelled, and conversations became small battles over nothing. When I tried to talk, she'd say, "You're too sensitive," or "You always assume the worst." I started to believe maybe I was the problem, until one Friday night at a friend's party. I walked in, expecting a normal evening, only to see Jenna laughing by the bar with a guy I didn't recognize. He was standing too close, his hand brushing hers just enough to send a message. She looked up, caught my eye, and smiled, the kind of smile meant to sting. I knew instantly what she was doing. Every detail screamed performance, the exaggerated laughter, the lingering touch, the sideways glances checking if I was watching. Old me would have walked over, demanded an explanation, maybe caused a scene. But that night, something inside me shifted. Instead, I nodded politely to a few friends, grabbed a drink, and started talking to people I hadn't seen in months. Real conversations. Easy. Genuine. I laughed, not because I wanted her to notice, but because I was actually enjoying myself. The funny thing is, the less attention I paid her, the more restless she became. I could feel her eyes on me across the room, waiting for a reaction that never came. By the end of the night, she was the one walking toward me. "Ethan," she said, her tone light, casual. "Didn't expect to see you here." "It's Mark's birthday," I replied. Of course I'd come. She glanced at my drink, then at the woman I'd been talking to, an old college friend. "You seem busy," she said, a flicker of something uncertain crossing her face. "Just catching up," I said with a small smile. "You having fun?" She hesitated, then shrugged. "Yeah, sure. Just came with a friend." I nodded. "Good. You deserve to have fun." And that was it. No accusations, no jealousy. I wished her a good night and walked away. The next day, she texted me. "You didn't even ask who I was with last night." I stared at the message for a moment before replying, "Didn't think I needed to." The typing dots appeared and disappeared twice before she sent, "You've changed." I didn't answer. Because she was right, I had. The weeks that followed were strangely peaceful. For the first time in years, my life was quiet in a good way. I started going to the gym again, spent weekends hiking, reconnected with friends I'd lost touch with because I'd been too busy walking on eggshells around someone who kept testing me. Then one evening, as I was leaving work, I saw her waiting by my car. She looked nervous. "Can we talk?" she asked. I sighed but nodded. We sat on a bench nearby, the late sunlight washing everything gold. "Ethan," she said softly, "I miss you. I thought maybe you'd fight for me, you know? Like before." I looked at her, the same person, but somehow smaller now, her confidence tangled with confusion. "Jenna," I said carefully, "you wanted me to fight. But the truth is, love shouldn't feel like a competition. I was always trying to prove I was enough. And when you tried to make me jealous, it just showed me something I didn't want to see, that maybe I was the only one actually fighting." She looked down, fidgeting with her bracelet. "I thought if I pushed you, you'd show me you cared." "I did care," I said. "But caring doesn't mean chasing someone who keeps running away." She blinked hard, her voice barely a whisper. "So that's it." "It has to be," I said quietly. Because I finally realized that peace feels better than proving myself. She didn't argue. Just nodded, eyes glistening, and walked away. For a moment, I felt the familiar ache of loss, but it faded quickly, replaced by something stronger. Relief. A few months later, I heard through mutual friends that Jenna was seeing someone new. I smiled, genuinely wishing her well. I'd learned something she hadn't yet, that real love doesn't need to be tested to survive. It grows naturally when two people choose trust over games. One evening, while sitting at that same park bench, my phone buzzed with a message from her. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if I hadn't tried to make you jealous? I stared at the screen for a moment before replying, maybe we'd still be together. But then, I'd never have learned how to be happy on my own. I put my phone down and watched the sunset stretch across the sky, soft and golden. In that quiet moment, I understood what it meant to let go, not in bitterness, but in freedom. Jenna had tried to make me jealous, but now she was the one left wondering why. And me? I was finally too content to wonder at all.